Good morning. It is 7:05 or 6. I'm probably a little late. I'm still getting myself together. I wanted to apologize. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been working out on Fridays, and today was circuit training is pretty hard. But anyway, I got late getting in, and then I take a shower and get myself together. So I'm running a little behind, but I'm here. It is the Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday for some, going shopping, and that's why I really wanted to do this show today. Thank you for being patient while I still set myself up, because this is a Freestyle Friday, and really what I want to do is highlight small businesses, and also answer questions, because I have a couple of questions in my inbox that I haven't gotten to. Some of them I've been holding on to for a while. But I just wanted to take this opportunity also that if you have a small business, if you have a crafting business, if you're selling anything online, if you sell products, books, photography services, it doesn't matter. Here's your chance to promote your business. I want you to get in the link and drop it. I'm going to shout out as many businesses as I can. And then after it's over, I'm going to put some more links in the chat and tag people. Because again, when you support a small business, you're more than just supporting somebody's dream. You're actually putting back into the local economy. You're actually making a difference. And so when we go out to these big retail giants, and yes, you may not have a small business that sells a 70-inch TV, but you have a small business that sells purses. You have a small business that makes arts and crafts and that can customize things for you. And in this economy, it is even more important that we support our small businesses. It's even more important that we lean into local businesses, local communities, particularly those that are women-owned, minority-owned businesses, senior-owned businesses. It's so important that we support one another. Like I said, instead of just going to Southwest Airlines to plan a trip, I have 3 amazing travel coordinators in my family. So these are just ways, and I'm going to shout them out and put their businesses in here as well. But I just want to encourage us today, so that if you have a small business, if you have a cooking business, a massage business, if you have any kind of business that you are looking for support, or if you have a page, let me just say this as well. It is so important that we have all these pages, and you'll watch fights, and you'll like a page of someone with a big booty or whatever. But it is so important that we like and share business pages as well. So whether I'm sure you may prefer to look at someone whose body is put together and has a wonderful physique. That's great. But if you could just like the page of a small business, follow them, like, share. It costs you nothing to do that. And then when you share it among your friends and your family, you never know who might need that service. So again, this is Shout Out Business, small business show. I'm going to shout out your small business, but please, whether it's live or later, please drop your link in here and let me know what business we can support. Because for the whole month, up until Christmas, if you don't see it today, if you drop it in the link, I'm going to bring it back up. So come on, y'all. Let's support these small businesses. Let's support these entrepreneurs. Let's support people who are making a difference in your community. Let's make a difference and show them that we support them by liking and sharing their pages. So now I'm going to do some questions that these are in for this Freestyle Friday. Counseling sessions, if you'd like to say that. Coaching sessions, not counseling. Number 1, I suspected my boyfriend was cheating, so I went through his phone. I saw where he'd been texting his ex. They were together for a long time, and even though it wasn't too bad, I don't think they should be talking at all. Should I confront him? I think I've said this before, and maybe I haven't, and this is probably going to be very controversial, so I'm sure there's people are going to jump in my chat and tell me what they really think, but here's my take on it. You can never confront anybody about information that you find out by going through their phone. If you have to go through someone's phone to find out information, that itself is a red flag. So you can't, to me, to me, if you find out information, and I'm not going to say it's illegal, although snooping and stuff could be considered, but I just don't see the rationale. If you've gone through your man's phone or your woman's phone and you find out information, I don't think you have a right to confront it because you had no business being in the phone. So, and let me preference this by saying, you know when a relationship is struggling, you can tell. So the fact that you have to go through their phone to confirm something, because here's something about searching. When you're searching for something, you're going to find it. So if you're looking for evidence that your partner is cheating, if you're looking for evidence of something, you're going to find it. So are you prepared? Number one, are you prepared for what you're going to find? If you're not prepared to make some significant changes based on what you find, number one, don't snoop. Because when you find it, you got some decisions to make. Number two, if you're snooping through your partner's phone, then that means you have a trust issue. That means you have a communication issue. Instead of snooping through their phone and finding out what it is you're searching for, try a conversation. Try talking to your partner. Try having a conversation with them versus confronting them because you got to go through their phone. And number three, if you already have trust issues with each other, now you've gone through his phone or her phone, and now you want to confront them with the things that you don't trust them about. Now that person can't trust you so now not only do you not trust them, but now you don't trust them and you don't trust yourself. There's no trust in this relationship. None. Zero. So to me, you can't confront somebody with anything that you find when you're snooping. You just can't. Because you shouldn't have been snooping. If you had problems, if you can't confront somebody about people spending the night at their house if you're driving by their house at 2 a.m. Why are you driving by their house at 2 a.m. to see who's over their house? If you've got to go drive and look for your man, he's not your man. So I always like to preference that by saying, if you've got to go out of your way to snoop, to check on, that's not your person. Been there, done that. I'm sharing that from not just from research or some book account. I'm talking about experience. If you got to do all that, baby, that's not your person. Leave that person alone. And then lastly, because I've had some people, I know I've said this before because I had somebody made a comment to me once before that, well, my man trusts me and I trust him and he shouldn't have to lock his phone and I should be able to go through his phone. Why do you need to go through his phone now? See, here's the thing. If you have a strong relationship and you have the ability to communicate, a locked phone doesn't mean anything. He could have a locked phone because he might be placing bets. He might have a locked phone because he might like looking at women's booties and stuff. But that doesn't mean, and that's okay. Men and women have things that they like to look at. That's their business. But if your relationship is strong, if your communication is strong, see, I don't even think about if my man's phone is locked, why is your phone locked? Because he wants it locked. So that misgiving, well, I should be able to go through his phone. Why would you? I mean, if you have the foundation of your relationship is communication and trust, and if you don't have that, and I've got to go through their phone you don't have it. And if I'm stepping on somebody's toes, say ouch. But stop doing that. Stop going through folks' phone. It's not healthy. Stop. Stop stalking their pages. Stop. Stop looking to see who comments on your man, your woman's page. Stop. It's not healthy. Number 2, I love your shows and your honesties. Thank you. I want to write a book. How did you get started? I will be honest. I think I shared this when I did the launch of my books. They came from this birth of place of where I just really wanted to be whole. And they were not books that I just set out to say, oh, I think I'm going to write 6 books. And actually, I've got 2 more in the process. That's not what happened. Literally, it was my soul needing to be free. I had things on my heart and things and experiences that I knew I wasn't the only person. So my books were birthed from a point of pain, of trials and tribulations, but the ultimate goal was to be free. So that's where my books come from. So that's where you get started. If you have a cookbook that you want to write, take your recipes and line them out and organize them in such a way. And then this is where, you know, the assistance of a chat, AI or something like that may be helpful, is how to put them in order. Now it's got to be your stuff. It's got to be your writing. You can't just let AI write it, because it'll be anything. But you can use that as a tool to help organize and put it in place. Like, you know, put your recipes and say, okay, I want to create an order and go from there. So, or you can say, I have a book of poems that I want to write, and you take your poems and, you know, you can craft them and put them in a flow. And so there's ways to do it, but also this too. I'm very, 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 very blessed that I have people who I was able to share my rough drafts with before I released them, and they reviewed them, and they were blunt and they were honest with me. And so get you someone who's going to be honest with you about your book. Okay. Number 3, my girlfriend told me I'm the worst kind of gossip. I don't think I am. What do you consider someone who's a gossip? Anytime you talk more about anybody else than yourself, you're a gossip. Let me repeat that. Anytime you talk more about other people's business than your own, you're a gossip. If you are a person who always talking about, well, I need to see what they doing, this, that, and other, but when people ask you about your business, you go, that's my business. You're a gossip. There should never be a chance or an opportunity where you're so invested in somebody else's relationship or what they're doing that you're not focused on your own. If you're constantly talking about other people's relationships and things, I worry about this society today. I really do. I worry about how many people get so caught up in what Cardi B is doing, or you get so caught up in other people's relationships that you're not focused on your own. Girl, if you've got to talk about what somebody else is doing in their marriage, then that's a problem. You should be focused on what's going on in your marriage. And lastly, you know, you're a gossip. If you wouldn't want somebody saying the things that you're saying about somebody else about you, you're a gossip. Stop repeating narratives that don't apply to that you wouldn't want applied to you. Stop. Now, I've been holding on to this one for a while. Number 5, I have 5 children with 5 different men. Each of them is active in their child's life, but they are never willing to deal with them together. I would like to have a break sometimes, but I never can get them, or I guess you're saying one of them, to take all 5 at the same time. Am I wrong for thinking at least one of them should step up and offer? Yes. Yes, you are. I'm not going to berate you for having 5 children by 5 different men. I'm not going to do that. That is not, you may have had a steady relationship with all of them. I don't know. But it is unrealistic to expect for someone else to take on other people's responsibilities. Now, you say here that each one of your fathers, your children's fathers, are active in their child's life. Maybe having a conversation to say, there's a weekend that I would like to be, and then try to coordinate to see if all of them are willing to take their child for the weekend. That would be one thing. I don't see in here that you're saying anything, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but you know, you're not saying that the child or any of the children are neglected, or one child has others, and you said they're all active. But it is very unrealistic for you to think that one person is going to take the responsibility of other people's children, especially if they're already active in their child's life. Try to speak with them. Try to have a conversation. Say, this is a weekend that I would like to travel or do whatever, spend some time for myself. You deserve that. But to expect that one of them is going to step up and take all 5, that's not fair. That's not fair. You can, but you know, you said that I never can get all of them to take, I never can get one. I guess you're saying you can't get one of them to take all 5 at the same time. Maybe you can coordinate where each one of them will take their child that weekend. So, but it's unrealistic for you to assume that. Now, I don't know if you're with one of them who will step up and is playing the role of surrogate father to all of them. But to expect that one person is going to step up and take the responsibility for when there's 4 other men that's doing the same, I mean, that's not fair. Number 6, my sister owes me money and I haven't pressured her to pay me back, but she purchased a new car and was bragging on how well she's doing. I was so mad, I confronted her in front of everyone, and now she's mad at me. How can she be mad at me when she owes me money? So here's the thing. I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that it's difficult to watch someone else brag about how well they're doing or travel or do whatever when you know they owe you money. Here's 2 lessons. Number 1, don't loan money you can't get back. If you loan money and you like somebody says, I'm going to pay you back, you have to assume 90% of the time, I'm never going to see that dime of that money. So then that forces you to say, I can't give away what I don't have. If I'm not in a financial position where I can loan you money and I'm not worried about getting it back, number 1, I can't loan it. Number 2, confronting her at that moment, I'm not sure, you just said I confronted her in front of everyone. That wasn't the time or place. Everybody wasn't involved in the group decision when you decided to loan her money. So why are you confronting her in front of everybody? Now you might say, well, you're taking her side. No. Y'all had a one-on-one conversation. You decided to loan her money. Then you decided to resolve it in front of everybody. No, everybody wasn't there when you decided to loan her the money. So this would have been a perfect time to pull her to the side or wait till it was after or wait till you were calm and say, hey, I'm glad to see that you're doing financially better. I'm glad to see, you're on your feet. This might be a good time to think about paying me back. Maybe this is a good time to start making pay arrangements to pay. So that's what I mean by, number 1, don't loan money you can't afford to give away. And number 2, don't confront people in front of everybody. Yes, you have a right to be upset if she's rolling up in a new car, but it would be very difficult to you've embarrassed her, basically. And you don't need to do that. Like I said, if it wasn't a group decision, let me just say this too. I'm a person that believes if it wasn't a group decision when you made that decision, then it shouldn't be a group conversation when it's over. So don't if it wasn't a group decision when you made the decision, don't leave the group out of it when you're ready to confront them. Just, you made a one-on-one decision, deal with it one-on-one. What's 725? And lastly, I'm looking for a coach. What's the difference between a coach and a therapist? Are you certified? Excellent question. So I'm a board certified health and wellness coach. I'm also a certified life coach. And what this means is I have been credentialed in my area of health and wellness coaching. I'm also certified in life coaching. I'm also certified menopause coaching, lifestyle medicine coaching. All of those certifications required me to go to school and learn about the various aspects of them. I have a master's degree in counseling, and I used to be a therapist, but I'm not anymore. So the difference, so I am credentialed in several areas. I'm board certified as a health and wellness coach. I'm also certified in other areas. The key difference between a life coach and a therapist is a therapist is going to deal with your present and deal with your past to bring you to the present. A life coach is going to deal with the present to take you forward. So while we may touch on things of the past, my goal is, here we are. What's working for you? What's not working for you? You may have had some traumatic things that happened in the past, but that doesn't define who you are today. How can we bridge the gap of what was, we are here now, and let's move forward? So in therapy is a little bit more intense. You may get into some childhood trauma. You may get into other issues, and we may touch on them in life coaching. But that is not my focus. My focus is, here we are. What skill sets do we have to move forward? What is it that you really want to do? What is preventing you? And I incorporate, as a coach, I incorporated mind, body, spirit. So I had clients when it was warm that I would walk with them, and we would work out together while I was doing coaching. So it just depends what you're looking for. There's some who specialize in workplace. There's some coaches who specialize in career. Some who specialize in specific type of wellness like pelvic health and other, there's coaches who are menopause, specifically like menopause coaches. It depends on what you're looking for. But there's a wide a range of services and coaches out there. And a lot of times people will have a therapist and a coach. So it's important to really kind of sort of meet, let's talk, let's get together and see exactly what you're looking for. If I'm not the right coach for you, I'm not going to make it. And that's another thing too. It has to be the right fit. So if I'm not the right fit for you, I am more than happy to work with the wonderful resources of the life coaching community, the health coaching community that I'm blessed to be in, and work with somebody who will be a better coach for you. So, but that's the difference. So I want to quickly give these last few business shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Align and Shine Coaching, who's a coach just like me. Wonderful. Thank her support. I'm going to put her link in there. The Powder Room Luxe. If you have an event and you're looking for a portable facility, it's not one of those portable, it's so much better. It's not just one of those portable run things. I mean, it's actually luxe. So I'm going to drop that link in there. So if you're having a wedding outdoors or a family event and you need the services of a movable porta potty, this is the best. Okay. Shadir Montgomery with One Chance Bookkeeping. Every business owner needs a bookkeeper. She's amazing. You can subscribe to her page as well, where she offers additional services. So you have like that bookkeeper. So that's a wonderful thing as well. Ken State of Mind, Ken G, the coach. He has vegan products, not to mention he's also a coach, very intelligent, easy to talk to. So shout out to him as well. Accessorize 425. They sell jewelry, custom hats. They sell sunglasses, customized jewelry. So again, if you're looking, instead of going and spending all this money to buy jewelry, hire Accessorize 425 to make you something, to customize it, makes it more beautiful. Consuelo Lane Aesthetics, beautiful skin. That's because of her. So instead of going out and buying all these products, invest in a person who's going to help you keep your skin well, help you do those things to nourish and moisturize your skin. Hire her. Buy some gift certificates for somebody. Crazy Mom Creations in the entire Grace and Sunflowers, the entire crafting community. There is a whole community that can make some of them women are so talented, men and women are so talented that they can, I swear to God, I think they could build a house. So support the Crazy Mom Creations, the crafting community. They're amazing. You can Google and look for them. So again, I just want also travel. I'm going to link. So if I didn't get to your business today, I'm going to put them in the link. If you have a business, put it in the link. Again, whether people watch it live or watch it later, they'll see your business. Of course, I'm promoting Transformation with Tracy, but I also promote my trainer, Custom Made Bodies. All of these services are available. Please, before you go and spend money on a big box store or a name brand designer, consider your local small business. It really does matter. And today I'm going to go, but I wanted to read this is also my book, Come Sit With Me. As I mentioned, it's a journal. And then, just FYI, in January, I will be launching my author page. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to use this 31-day devotional starting in January. So day 23, who are you really? Good morning from my chilling spot. When someone asks, who are you? The automatic response is usually to give you a name. But your name isn't you. It's a label given by others, the one you identify with. People can and do change their names, but they remain the same person. So how do we begin to answer this question more truthfully? By looking inward. Decode your personality and core values. Ask yourself, what's more important to me? What makes me happy? Your values define your actions and shape the way you show up in the world. Discover your passions. What drives you? What inspires you and motivates you? Passion is the fire that keeps you moving forward. Discover your skills. What are you good at? What your gifts are not accidents. They're the tools for your purpose. When you weave these together, your passion, value, and skills, you begin to see the true fabric of who you are. Come sit with me. This is day 23, and then you get to, there's prompt questions after that. But this is a great way, a great tool to give to someone who's on a journey to find themselves. I have 6 books. We'll put that in there as well. But come sit with me. 31-day devotional. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Whether you watch me live or you watch me later, just know that you are appreciated. Again, if you have a small business, please jump in the chat and share that business so we can like and follow your page. Liking, following people is absolutely free. It costs you nothing. I hope everybody has a great and wonderful and blessed Friday. And y'all take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.